How y'all doing? How y'all doing, fans? This is myself, Mr. Johnson, coming to you live and direct from Baltimore City, and I'm making this video to respond to a Mr. Doug Gottlieb and others, among others, I should say, who say that Lamar Jackson is a product of a system, and you have to change your entire roster in order to accommodate a player like Lamar Jackson, and that he wouldn't be this good if Greg Roman wasn't there. And I like to ask people to just go back and look at the tape of Lamar Jackson in college at Louisville. There was no Greg Roman there. There was he didn't run the exact same offense he's running now in the NFL. There's some similarities to it. He's always going to be a mobile quarterback, but their offense was a little bit different from what it is now. And Lamar Jackson was great. He won the Heisman. Actually had a better year his second year, which he didn't win a Heisman when he was a Heisman runner-up when Baker Mayfield won it, but that's water under the bridge. As a Heisman-winning quarterback, as someone who threw for over 3,000 yards in his Heisman year and in his year after his Heisman year, as a guy who played for a school which was nationally ranked very high and had some national championship aspirations, went down to the wire toe-to-toe with a Deshaun Watson-led Clemson team, which was littered with NFL talent and NFL players. And he lost that game. Louisville lost that game on a fourth down play in which there was a completion to a wide receiver who simply went out of bounds and couldn't get the first down. That was a wonder. It was a beautiful game. I suggest people go back and watch it if you want to see, what Lamar Jackson is about. Then this notion that, this isn't sustainable and Lamar Jackson, the defenses are going to adjust. Well, I heard the defenses were going to adjust. I heard the same thing last year when Lamar Jackson went through 6 or 7 regular season games and everyone said, well, wait till the defenses see him again. And then he did. He lost. The Ravens lost to the Chargers in the playoff game in which Lamar Jackson had a horrible first 3 quarters. Turned it around in the fourth quarter, and the Ravens lost by 6 points. They lost by 6 points to a veteran-led Charger team, which had just played them 3 weeks prior. They lost by 6 points with the ball and a chance to win it late. And as horribly as it's well documented that Lamar Jackson played the first 3 quarters of that football game, the Ravens lost by 1 possession, and they had the ball late with a chance to win it. He was a rookie quarterback, by the way. Now you fast forward to this year, full off season. The man put in amazing work, and it's obvious the work he put in the off season. And they come out and they go 14-2, 13-2 with Lamar Jackson as a starting quarterback. Play every who's who in the NFL that was on their schedule, and won. Played against Bill Belichick. Won. Played against the Rams with defensive coordinator, forgetting his name, Wade Phillips, and won. Played against the number 1 ranked defense at the time in the San Francisco 49ers and won. Went to the 12th man. Played against MVP hopeful Russell Wilson and won. I can't say enough about the young man. Has stayed humble. Has never, said it's all about me. Has constantly said it's about we. It's about the team. His teammates. I'm 41 years old. I've been watching football since the late 80s. I have never, ever seen a team respond to their quarterback the way that the Ravens respond to their quarterback this year. I've never seen it. I've seen great quarterbacks. I've seen Steve Young. I've seen Randall Cunningham. By the way, mobile quarterbacks. Again, this is directed to Doug Gottlieb. This isn't sustainable. Randall Cunningham was sustainable, had a very long career. Steve McNair was sustainable, had a very long career. Donovan McNabb was sustainable, had a very long career. Steve Young was sustainable, had a very long career. And like I said, I can go on and on. Brett Favre was sustainable, had a very long career. A lot of people try to forget the fact that all of these quarterbacks I just mentioned were very, very mobile quarterbacks early in their career when they were young, as Lamar Jackson is now. And what being a mobile quarterback gives you the opportunity to do gives you the opportunity to learn and develop without having to have your confidence broken because you know the defenses are too complex, and so you miss reads and you turn the ball over a lot. It gives them that extra dimension to say, hey, I don't like what I see, or maybe I'm confused by what I see. Let me get a first down, keep the drive going, keep the game going. All of these guys have all developed because while they were mobile, they were able to see the game from a different perspective as a true pocket quarterback sees it. You take Sam Darnold, he was able to see ghosts. If he was mobile, he would not have, when those ghosts arise, he would have ran away from them, just like all the other mobile quarterbacks did. This is football, man. Like I said, I've been watching football since the 80s. People try to forget. Guess what? John Elway was a mobile quarterback. Mark Brunell was a mobile quarterback. We saw Colin Kaepernick go to the Super Bowl and then go right back to the NFC Championship game with one play away from a second straight Super Bowl appearance. I've watched all these guys do it. So where's this evidence that it isn't sustainable? Because one mobile quarterback suffered a horrific injury in RG3. Nobody ever brings up the fact that Andrew Luck retired. Guess what? Andrew Luck was a mobile quarterback. That's why he retired, because unlike the other slightly built mobile quarterbacks, he chose to run into contact. Cam Newton has been playing for almost a decade in our league, in the NFL, not my league, but in the NFL. Almost a decade as a mobile quarterback. Yes, he has injuries now, but I'd like to remind everyone, Cam Newton's injuries were not sustained running the ball. His injuries were sustained in the pocket. Randall Cunningham broke his leg not running the ball, standing in the pocket because Richie Kotite said, I want you to be a pocket passer. And he stood in the pocket and got his leg broke. Cordell Stewart was a very successful, the original Slash, a very successful mobile quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger, also a mobile quarterback, as while he was young, able to develop and then turn into a monster. That's the beauty of football, man. That's what it's about. It's always been mobile quarterbacks. This isn't anything new. I will agree with that. Lamar Jackson isn't anything new in his style. What he is new in his ability. We've never seen a player be able to run the way he runs and throw the way he throws. There's always been mobile quarterbacks. There is nothing new to that. Michael Vick, extremely long career while missing time due to off-the-field things. Yes, sustained an injury. But just like all of the other mobile quarterbacks that sustained injuries, they were all able to come back and still be good quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, mobile quarterback. Torn ACL, is still a very productive quarterback in the NFL. Sustaining an injury in football does not diminish your skills. Yes, you may have to develop other things a little bit quicker, but it doesn't diminish you. So I'd like anyone and everyone to please stop listening to these guys that don't know what they're talking about, man. Use your eyes. I was told by a very good coach a long time ago, when it comes to sports, you trust your eyes. That's in everything you do. And when you're playing the sport, when you're watching the sport, you trust your eyes. Trust your keys. And the key to being a good quarterback is winning. It's putting your team in position to make plays and to win. It's not about saying, I have to be this type or that type. It's about taking the abilities that God presented you with, putting them in play, and making them work to help your team be successful. Lamar Jackson, man, keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing, man. Don't let anybody tell you to change your style. Be Lamar Jackson. Don't be Tom Brady, because that's Tom Brady's Tom Brady. I forgot. Aaron Rodgers was a mobile quarterback. See, people like to forget. We don't talk about the injuries that Aaron Rodgers sustained and say that it's not sustainable because you can't run. Because Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone running out of the pocket, and Barr from Minnesota landed on him, broke his collarbone. He's also torn his knees up, his legs up from running the football. Like I said, it happens. I'm not saying that injuries don't happen, but what I'm saying is that that's no reason to diminish a player or not give him a chance, as a lot of these talking heads wanted to do. A young man is a great football player. He's going to continue to be a great football player as long as he keeps working hard as he did this offseason and does not let any success of any level get to him and just keep striving to be the best. There are some players who play for the fame. There are some players who play for the financial support that these sports can give you. But there are other players that play this game because they want to be great, because they want to say, hey, I'm the best. I want to be the best, or one of the best. And that's Lamar Jackson. And again, yes, I am a fan of the Ravens. I wish, so badly I wish I could have a chance to debate any of these guys on Lamar Jackson and just on mobile quarterbacks as a whole. We've had Joe Flacco, and there's so many times as a fan of our team that we've seen Joe Flacco with a 3rd and 3, stand there in the pocket, no one's open, and he just stands there and takes a sack. And guess what? I love Joe Flacco because I love football. Doesn't matter to me if you're a pocket passer or a mobile passer. Doesn't matter what you do. As long as you can help a team win, that's what I like. I like to see football players play football and not say, this guy isn't good because he doesn't play this way. If a man isn't good because he isn't good, that's one thing. But to say he's not good because he plays a certain style is asinine. To say that a man shouldn't have a chance to be successful in the league because he plays a certain way is asinine. And I like to know why nobody asked Tim Tebow to change positions. Before he got drafted. Why was Tim Tebow afforded the opportunity to succeed or fail before he was asked to change positions? Yet Lamar Jackson was asked to change positions before he even had a chance. That should tell you something right there of what's really going on. But again, I digress, and I want to get back to the game. Because the game is the game, man. And it's called football. You play it with your feet, and you have to move the ball. Yes, the arm is a big part of it because the forward pass is included in it. But the game is called football. It's not called pocket ball. It's not called statue ball. It's called football. And you play it with your feet. And you have to move the ball and the attempts to get it through the goal line or the goal post. So, come holler at me, Gottlieb. Come holler at me, any haters. Whitlock, I'm not going to talk about you because I've watched your show and you've come around. And I appreciate that. I appreciate any man who can say he was wrong. Bill Polian, I appreciate you, Bill Polian. I appreciate you, Jason Whitlock. I appreciate you, Booger McFarland, because guess what? Anybody can be wrong. It takes a man to admit it, though. But anybody who keeps trying to move the goalposts and say, they initially started by saying this guy can't be an NFL quarterback, to then saying he can't throw, to then saying, well, it isn't sustainable. You're just a hater who's just going to continue to move the goalposts until such time the man's career is over, and for whatever reason it ends, you're going to say, see, I told you so. You're a hater. You're fake. You shouldn't even be on TV putting these narratives in people's minds. We should allow this game to blossom and bloom like a flower, man. Watch it unfold. Let's stop trying to predict what's going to happen and watch and analyze and respond to what actually happens. I'm out of here, man. Get back at me, please. And I wish somebody could help me find a way to just debate all of these talking heads. Stephen A. Smith, I believe a quarterback is paid on how he flings that football. Really? Is that what it is? Because one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history was a quarterback not flinging a football. It was John Elway, an old man, an old mobile quarterback. An old mobile quarterback, 37 years old, with the will and want to so bad to get a first down that he ran and saw 2 defenders and got helicopter spun. And that was one of the greatest plays in football. Steve Young running downfield against the Minnesota Vikings and scored a touchdown is one of the greatest plays in football. Randall Cunningham being somersault flipped into the end zone is one of the greatest plays in football. So, again, come get at me, man. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong and I'll embarrass you. All of you guys who get money to get paid to sit up there and it's how he flings the football. No, it's not. It's how he moves the football. It's how his teammates fight for him. It's how his teammates say, I'm going to block downfield because my quarterback can get it done. I'm going to play hard. Hey, guess what? I get 4 targets a game as a wide receiver. But guess what? I know that when the ball comes to me, I need to make a play because my quarterback is going to make a play for me. That's football, man.